All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We're going to head into the second game with these players and see if HerO can come back. He's down 0-1 right now, and obviously, that being said, Polt is up 1-0 after a pretty straightforward game on Belshire Beach Winter. We now move over to Daybreak, one of the, I don't want to say newer, it's just like semi-newer, I guess, in the foreign scene, just because tournaments just now recently started adopting this particular map.
Yep, very true, very true. I'm looking forward to seeing it. This is actually one of my favorite new maps, if not my favorite new map. I think it's a good map for Zerg, but neither of these players are Zerg, so pretty much what I've got for these races is that Terran here really likes to kind of take an early third and kind of try and connect their bases somehow. The Protoss, on the other hand, usually kind of wants to harass and macro up. I think it's kind of more of a macro map than really all-in map.
You know, I know Zerg really has a good time against Terran, actually. At least the statistics show that. But against Protoss, they don't actually have a great win percentage. But you still like it for Zerg for ZVP?
Yep, I love it for everything.
Oh, well, there you go. And, well, we'll try to, you know, to see the similarities. But why do you like it for Zerg so much on this particular map?
Well, I actually feel very safe. For some reason on this map, the distance between myself and the opponent is a lot. It's very wide open, so if I decide to go roaches, I feel like I can do a lot of damage. And on the flip side, it's close enough at where it matters that I can defend Hellions with only a spine or two if I need to.
Gotcha.
So that's coupled with the fact that the third is gettable without destroying rocks and easily defendable as well. I like it a lot.
Yeah. And how that actually plays out, I think, for TVP, what we normally see in this day and age, I think the metagame will favor probably Terran, just because Terran, it's always a constant struggle to get your natural and then get your third. But once you get there and you can get it safely and fast, you'll be in a great position to just outmax your opponents, and you can really mess with the mobility. As you said, the distance, the rush distance, they're kind of far away, so it will help out Terran quite a bit if they choose to fast expansion. That's exactly what we see from Polt Prime, or rather TSL Prime. Nope, TSL Polt.
Well, either way,
I'll get there.
The Terran guy.
The Terran guy.
The Terran guy, yeah. He looks like he's just going one racks fast expand. Perhaps he'll do something very similar to last game where he just kind of sat and chilled. As for HerO, we'll have to see what he's doing. Again, the same opening. Nothing's really changed so far. Both players just saying that they like their styles and want to keep them, which I think is a good thing. That's a sign of a confident player.
I agree. One minor note is that HerO did use an extra chrono boost on the Nexus opposed to Belshire Beach. That makes sense. This map has a ramp, so he wants to play a little bit safer against some sort of all-in, so he would save the extra chrono boost on Belshire Beach, but he's not going to do that here. And look at that fast expansion for both these players, so we're just going to go up into mid-game right away.
Yep, 3 racks as well from Polt. Wouldn't have been surprised to see him make like a 4th racks, or even just make 2 racks and take gas a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
But it looks like it's going to be something very similar, but he actually still doesn't have gas. I'm not quite sure the timing of it. I kind of thought you took the 1 gas.
Normally
earlier.
right now you would get 2 gas, but Polt is actually only getting 1. It's kind of interesting, and 3 racks I'm completely fine with. It's probably one of the most standard things that you can possibly do. But by only getting 1 gas, what you're basically doing is staying on barracks tech for quite a long time. You're going for that engineering bay, probably +1 before the factory, because really trying to get your factory in time, it is kind of late. Just the starport timing, everything comes late. So get some power with your +1 in your engineering bay, and then you can go from there. But we'll see. I mean, Polt can still easily go for the factory tech. I just think personally that it will be engineering bay.
Alright, well, we'll get to see. I'm not really sure myself. Did take a second guess, I think, a little bit earlier, but it's again starting off pretty much the same. You can kind of take our first analysis of the first game and just transplant it onto this one. Pretty much everything still applies, except for a few of the little map differences.
Yep, well, we haven't seen up to 3 gates just yet, but we do see that proxy pylon over there. Kind of interesting. I'm not sure what to make of that right now, Chef.
Proxy pylon, where is it? I can't see it.
It's in like the mid right-hand position.
Oh, okay, yep, I gotcha.
It's hidden in the minerals.
if I can't see it, then the Terran can't see it. I don't know. Looks like again just going to be some sort of early pressure, but not meant to kill.
Yeah. So we'll keep an eye on that. Oh, I actually love what HerO is doing. It looks like the same exact build, but it's off of two gateways, and look at that, he's going to tech to robotics facility. So right now, what he's trying to do is force his opponent to actually overcommit in the amount of defenses that he needs. And I think this is like the coolest little play, because what he's hoping is that Polt doesn't actually defend against this right? He actually over defends, he gets more Marines and Marauders than he has to, delays his tech, and all of a sudden he's in a great position. Here we go, just poking up a little bit with these Stalkers. Might be able to take out, yes, he takes out a Marauder. A lot of units, wow! Really nice job by HerO.
Definitely nice usage of force field, causing all these bunkers to be created, and I wouldn't be surprised after one more warp and he kind of runs back. Yeah.
I think picks off the SEV. I think that's what we will see. But he does have a lot of energy on these sentries. So the Marines are pushing forward. Will he get more force field? No, he won't get any that are actually pretty decent. But I think from here on out, he can't really do anything else just because he's run out of force field or run out of sentry energy. So he's pushing back. He's going up to 4 gas. Twilight Council goes down. He already has the robotics facility pumping out the observer. Let's see what the repercussions are for Polt. We can see only on 2 gas. Normally when you're going up to 3 starports, you get that 3rd gas just so that you can have constant production.
3 starports.
What? 3?
Oh, you said 3 starports. I think you just meant
3 gas.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Where is it?
Sorry, no, my bad there, I guess.
Nope, but he's taking his 3rd and his 4th. Normally you need both, or excuse me, all 3 gas at least just to have constant production of medevacs and Marauders and Marines. And you can see that he's right now at just about 50 gas, and he can't get anything else with his starport. So kind of unfortunate for him, but that's what the effects of that early game push was.
Yep, I think another major difference here is that this time, well, there's actually, as I say it, I was going to say the command center is a little bit slower, and I'm sticking with it. I think the command center has been a little bit slower, a little bit delayed this game, in comparison at least to how last game went for the Terran, but it'll be interesting to see if HerO can hold this. This time he actually doesn't have the Immortal, which can make a big difference, but he's getting his kind of Storm tech much sooner.
Wow, and it is Storm tech. I'm actually really surprised about this. I thought it was going to be Archons, just straight up Archons, but he is going Storm. You know, it means he will have to be a little bit more passive at this early game stage. Obviously, he has to warp in those High Templars, wait until they have energy before they're of any use. And he hasn't gotten double upgrades. So this is a little bit peculiar. I mean, he is going for, you know, that overall nice army composition, but normally when you see this, you have at least +1 armor. Still, I don't hate it. I don't think it's a bad build by any means, just trying to get that nice High Templar army composition.
Yep, interestingly enough, the Terran has only just now started his +1, so it's not going to be a bad thing. Like, the Protoss isn't going to be as much behind in upgrades as he might have been if the Terran was going for dual upgrades with this kind of play. And I would actually well, actually the Terran does manage to kill or delay that 3rd expansion. That's kind of what he needed to do.
Yeah.
I was going to say I would have preferred double upgrades and more macro if you couldn't kill the hatch, or the Nexus, excuse me. But he did kill the Nexus, so in this case, we got just fine.
Yeah, I would have loved double upgrades instead of this early expansion, just knowing that it'll be kind of hard to take an expansion at this point just because of all the different areas you have to defend. You could be all in at a particular area with just Marine, Marauder, and Medevac, so you have to prepare for that. Also, you have to prepare for some sort of drops at the backhand corner. So there's a lot of different things Protoss has to be wary of, and look at this, he's actually pushing out. A couple of Zealots just being caught a little bit out here. They might be actually picked off. One actually gets slowed by that concussive shell. But the High Templars will join up with the rest of the army. But right now, I mean, as we can see, HerO is going to be playing defensive for quite a long time.
You think so? I was actually going to say now that his Storm's finished, he can kind of go and maybe take the tower. Maybe just have a little bit of map control with this, I think. I'm not sure, but I feel like with Storm, he has the higher tech here. Yeah,
it might be a little bit risky, but it looks like you are right, and he is engaging over here. Nice force field, actually able to block out a lot of Marines and Marauders, but look at how many units he's actually he's losing from all this. Nice Storms, though. good combination of Sentry Force Field and High Templar Storms. Be able to just annihilate a lot of these units, but look at that. The Marauders just way too much. More Marauders coming in from the top, and oh my gosh, High Templars are under fire. Looks like he does turn in one of them into an Archon, but that goes down very fast, and HerO needs to back up at this point.
Yep, definitely. Good call there. Maybe it wasn't the best time to take the tower, but HerO did play, I think, his force fields very well. It will be interesting to see if HerO can clean this up. Polt actually isn't reinforcing quite as quickly as he could be. He has like pretty much another huge army at his natural. I feel like that might have been a small mistake on Polt. Maybe he thought he could get away in medevacs, or maybe even just thought he could just kill him. But I think again we're at about even. Protoss is a little bit behind, I would say, but perhaps getting +1/+1. I might be saying they're fairly even. Maybe Terran's a little bit ahead.
Yeah, I think Terran at this point is ahead just because the exchanges, normally when you have this, you always want your High Templars to live from the battles. The exchanges actually come with these Zealots and Stalkers. It's much like StarCraft 1, even though some people don't know about StarCraft 1, but StarCraft 1 we would see like big pushes and then Protoss would back up as soon as the Zealots were dead. It's the same case. You want to back up when these Zealots are dead because those are your main tanking units against the big Marine Marauder ball. Very
true. A lot of people have been saying a lot lately that Protoss, once they get to 200 is very, very hard to deal with. You can kind of understand with Storm how if they get to 200 and kind of can bank up, they can remax a lot quicker than Terran, because Terran have to wait before they can get their units, and Protoss just instantly gets to warp them in. So it'll be interesting to see if HerO can actually max up to 100, because he's playing very defensively now, if he'll have a chance, because Polt looks like he's going to expand. He has free reign to do whatever he wants to now, for sure. He can tech up to something. Surprised there isn't a second. Well, actually, there's the second engineering bay in the armory. I was surprised he hasn't done that already, but he has. So that's very nice. Like that smart play. I would like to even see a Ghost Academy go up if it isn't already, and I'm missing it. It's a pretty good play.
Right now, 2 command centers under construction, so he looks to be either double muling or obviously double expanding. I think he will be double expanding. I don't see a Ghost Academy just yet, but 2-1 has finished. That's going to give him a pretty big advantage in this, in my opinion. Thermal Lance is being upgraded, and Colossus are actually popping out. So HerO is working on that ultimate army composition of High Templars and Colossus, along with, of course, that main Zealot army. It's just very difficult for Marine Marauders to actually take that out, due to the fact that Zealots are the best tanking units. They have really, really good attack as well. And of course, High Templars force micro that he doesn't really want to be doing, and the Colossus just keep shredding away with their lasers.
Yep, pretty much. I don't know if this is the best engagement for Protoss.
Yeah, I don't think. Ooh, nice actually. Nice feedbacks go off on those medevacs. That's exactly what you want to do. You want to limit the amount of medevacs as much as possible. And look at that, he has taken his opponent's Xel'Naga Watchtower, which is pretty instrumental now. Here's the big engagement. Storm is going to go off on some pretty important areas. Can he actually get more of them? Yes, he will. The Marauders are actually cleaning up quite a bit, though. And from all sides, these Stalkers are completely... Well, there's that blink. So that's going to help quite a bit. The Planetary Fortress is under attack right now. He's actually targeting it down, but it's down to 100 life. I'm assuming there will be some sort of, SCV Congo line that's going to be going over here to repair it in time. So Polt getting another huge advantage out of that engagement. And let me tell you, HerO does not want to be in a position, or rather any Protoss don't want to be in positions where they have to remake their gas composition in their armies. At this point, I mean, Zealots and Stalkers are the only thing for HerO's name. He has to make High Templars at this point, obviously to replace the ones before, but if he can maintain that number of High Templars, increase the Colossus count, increase the Archon count, he's in a much better position. Here we go, another attack coming in here. Just Marines and Marauders able to cancel out this expansion.
Yep, it'll be very interesting to see if Polt can finish this off here. He has a much bigger army, but HerO does have some storms. We'll see if that can help him defend or not. HerO is still getting a very nice strong composition of this Colossus, Zealot, Storm. So I'll be interested to see how it happens, but Polt definitely has an advantage here.
Yeah, for sure. Polt looking so good. The High Templars are trying to get up there. A nice storm goes up on that top, but not on the bottom once the Zealots are just going to back away. The upgrades are really speaking a ton. 2-2, 3-2 actually, just about to finish for Polt. Let's go ahead and look at HerO's upgrades. He's only at, it looks like, let me go ahead and check, 2-2. So, you know, there's been a huge amount of time for Polt just to have these timings. He's had 2-1 over his opponent, then he has 3-2 over his opponent, and just now 3-3 is being started for HerO. So in this case, I do feel like HerO is far behind. He's only on 2 base economy. He has 6 gases, which will help quite a bit. But I mean, Polt Prime, or excuse me, TSL Polt has just so much map control, so much positioning on his opponent. I don't know what HerO can do at this point to actually reclaim any sort of control.
Yep, it'll be interesting. HerO obviously has to be on the defensive. Polt obviously wants to be aggressive. I'm actually very surprised there haven't been more ghosts earlier. I think there's still no ghosts on the field, and I feel like against this composition, that HerO's doing 1 or 2 ghosts definitely wouldn't hurt.
No.
I'd also like to see more dropships in the main at the same time. Even though HerO does have a Templar and a Zealot, that's not really enough to stop a good amount of drop. If he drops and harasses at the front, I feel like because he has this huge lead, it's a better choice to do this. And there are the ghosts. So this might be the ending A move. We'll just have to see.
Yep. Well, HerO is approaching that 200-200 pretty fast, but Polt is already at there. So we might see an engagement before that happens. That'll be a critical timing, actually, against HerO. Polt is going in with the Ghost. So it looks like the EMPs are going to go off here. Blink comes up on the particular Ghost. He is able to snipe them off pretty nicely. Nice Storm goes off over the middle pack of all these Marines and Marauders. Is it going to be enough? Only 1 Colossus. It doesn't look like a lot of power units left. Zealots and Stalkers are completely wiped out. The Colossus is gone. High Templars are gone. Archons are non-existent. And it looks like Polt will continue on. 114 supply to 187. Polt in a commanding lead at this point, and he's going to take it home for the win, it looks like.
Yep, I think at this point we can probably say that unless some craziness happens, maybe some A move for a long time, or it's not even A move, but AFK, and the game ends.
Yep, so that's going to do it. Liquid HerO falling again, 2-0 up for TSL Polt. We're going to head into a break in a little bit, and when we come back, we'll have game number 3 between these 2 players. Again, it is a $500 prize pool for both of them. The winner gets 400, the loser gets 100, so nobody loses in this, and especially not you guys. So don't go away. We'll be back with Polt versus HerO.